So this problem is another typical priority queue type problem, and it's the k largest problem. The idea with this is if I were to give you an array that is not sorted, and I asked you to find the kth largest element, how would you do this? So like kth largest basically means like if I were to tell you to find the second largest element or the third largest element, so not necessarily the largest, but some other variation like second largest, third largest. So like in this example here, if I asked you to find the second largest value, it would be 5. Since the largest is 6, the next largest or second largest is 5, right? So with this sort of problem, when we're taking a look at this, we're seeing that the main goal is to really find a value in sorted order and then be able to retrieve out a value that matches that. And with this explicitly, we don't want to store a sorted array. So the goal isn't to sort the array because for one, that might take a little bit of time for us to do. It may take additional space. We just want to be able to get the value without actually having to sort anything. So to do this, again, we're going to use a heap. We're going to take in a heap from, or a priority queue rather, from our heap file. And I'm going to define my k largest function here. It's going to take in an array as well as the largest element where we want to place it, right? The kth largest value that we're trying to get. I'm going to create my priority queue just like I did last time. And then what I'm going to do is for all of the elements in my array, I'm going to unqueue each of those elements into my priority queue. I'm then going to keep track of all the elements that I've seen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say for k in range of 0 to k, we are going to append to that seen array the value pq.dq, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to return seen at the -1 index, since that would be the value at the kth element. Now, why am I placing these inside of a seen array? Because what I can do from here is if I wanted to place these back onto my queue, I could just do a for x in seen pq.nqx, right? So we could place those values back onto the heap afterwards if we wanted to be able to preserve the actual structure of it. That's the main reason why I'm doing this. If we didn't want to do something like that, what we could do instead is that we could just say seen is equal to, none as an initialization, and then each time I can just set seen equal to pq.dq, and then I can return back seen, and that would still give me the same sort of result, right? So it's really up to you which one you want to use. In this case, I'll just leave it the way that we have it here because this will give us a proper answer. So let me just show you here. If I want to get the second largest value, right, this would be the arguments that I would set up. When I actually go and I run this, we should see that it gives us the second largest value, which, as I mentioned in this case, is going to be the value 5. And that is exactly what we see. Now, if I were to put in 1 as like the first largest, that would give me the largest value, which would be 6. If I put in, say, 3, which would be the third largest, I get the value 4, right? So you can see that this will work every single time for us to get that, kth largest value inside of the array. When we take a look at the time complexity of this, it's consistent with the last problem we saw because we have to add everything in the array to it. We have an O(n). This generally is going to be log of n. Since they're sequential, we would generally just say that it's O of n time complexity for the solution to this problem. So at this point, you should now be starting to see the pattern with priority queue-based problems and heap-based problems. Basically, if we want to be able to find values in sorted order where we're not just looking for the biggest or smallest value, we're looking for maybe a sequence of values or maybe to find the nth largest kind of value inside of the sequence, this would be a pretty good approach for actually solving those kinds of problems. So thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.